today.
Alzheimer's disease is no longer a mystery.
Groundbreaking research into America's third leading killer.
We do know why you get it, we do know what to do about it, and we know how to prevent it.
Then, Scott Ross grabs a cup of coffee with Rory Feek.
You have no idea how happy I am.
The music sensation opens up about his faith and marriage with his wife, Joey.
Right before that, she had this feeling that we were meant to be together.
Today on the 700 Club.
Welcome, folks, to this edition of the 700 Club. It's enough water to fill up the Great Salt Lake. 11 trillion gallons. That's what Tropical Storm Harvey has already dumped on Houston, and there's more to come. That huge amount of rainfall has already led to catastrophic flooding throughout the Houston area.
The National Weather Service is warning that the rain in the days ahead could be life-threatening. CBN's Eric Rosales has been tracking the storm on the ground in Texas, and he joins us from near Houston. Eric, what's it like where you are?
Well, Terry, this tropical storm, I tell you, just continues to swirl around the state of Texas. As you mentioned, we are in Houston, and this is an example of what we're seeing a lot of out here is just cars stranded out in the middle of the road trying to get through the rising floodwaters. But I tell you, they receive so much rain so fast that the entire freeway system out here is just underwater. There's only a few ways to get in and out of the city, and thousands of rescues have taken place, and thousands of more people still need to be rescued. But I tell you what, through it all, as I've seen, people are relying on their faith in Jesus Christ in order to get them through this tragedy. With no electricity, members of Rock City Church in Flower Bluff, Texas, which is right next door to Corpus Christi, still gathered for Sunday service. They use the power of God to lighten up their hearts and their minds and turn to God for help during this trying time.
So the work never stops for us as Christians. We know that. And we just get leaner and meaner. And we shine brighter and brighter in a dark world.
It's that faith of Christ that brought many literally out of the storm.
My church is barely standing anymore. It's the church got demolished. Our high school, you know, it took a pretty big beating. I'm actually headed back over there as soon as I get some more diesel. Headed over there to Rockport right now, see if we can't help out a little bit more.
Late Friday evening, the Category 4 hurricane slammed into the Texas coastline hard, bringing howling 130-mile-per-hour winds combined with sheets of rain to cities like Rockport and Port Aransas, just a few miles north of Corpus Christi, where hundreds of thousands of homes are without power, and residents are forced to boil their water before drinking it.
It didn't get real until the wind started howling, and then you kind of sit there and go, this is really happening. There's nothing we can do. So we huddled up in the living room and hunkered down and just said some prayers, and luckily everything held up on our end.
But not for everyone. The storm has taken lives and snapped power poles like toothpicks, flipped boats as if they were toys, and left a path of destruction. Although Harvey quickly lost steam as it made landfall, dropping from a Category 4 to a tropical storm, it stalled, bringing dozens of tornadoes in and around Houston. This is what happens when you get too much water too fast. This is the freeway behind me. Yes, a freeway. It's at least 10 feet of water. Houston police say at least one woman died after she tried to get out of her car too fast due to the rising floodwaters and drowned.
And Lord, I just pray for this church as they begin to go out and share the love of Jesus, just like they did today, Father.
Now relief is on the way. CBN's own Operation Blessing is gearing up, talking and praying with local pastors on where to bring food and other non-perishables.
I mean, our equipment is pre-staged in Beaumont, Texas, just a few hours away. So when the roads are clear and the power lines are up, Operation Blessing will be moving in.
Right now, the mode has switched from surviving this hurricane to actually helping to rescue people and providing some relief. We are going to get together with Operation Rescue and Operation Blessing, that is, our own CBN's Operation Blessing, and 1,000 additional Texas National Guards have been called to the area to help with these recovery efforts because people are still stranded out here, and I tell you what they could really use right now is prayer.
Eric, what stands up in your mind? Do you have any examples of the way these people are responding to this storm?
Well, I tell you what, yeah, it's just pure devastation out here. You know, members of the Harris County Fire Department are just trying to get as many boats as they can. They're asking Texans to just bring out their boats, and they're actually using other private people's boats just to be able to get the thousands of people that still need to be rescued. Many are on top of the roofs just waiting there, and they have been for several days.
What are some of the most amazing things you've seen?
Well, I guess, Pat, it's the pure devastation. We went through a number of towns. When we went through Corpus Christi, we went through Port Aransas and Refugio. These are little small towns, and it almost looked like small tornadoes just came through these towns and just ripped them apart. I mean, we were driving down the road, and a number of power lines are just down, and we're driving over them, and thankfully with the rubber tires, we're okay. But it's just the pure devastation that we're seeing out here. That's the scary part, is trying to get to everybody who needs relief.
You know, Eric, I was involved very much as Katrina, and I know you were there too. New Orleans wasn't prepared for that storm that hit. It came as a great surprise. The next thing you know, those levees breached, and that terrible flooding. People were standing on their rooftops, and they were screaming for food and water. How is this compared to that?
Well, you know, it's completely different, Pat. You know, I mean, this one, it seems as if people were prepared for the very worst, and the worst is what they are getting right now. Members of FEMA and the National Guard, and they're even bringing in more of them, rescuers to people. The U.S. Coast Guard is out here. They're hoisting people off of the rooftops. It really is a community, a nationwide effort to be able to get these people to safe land, and it's a completely different, FEMA is here. FEMA is here, and they are providing relief. It's just a completely different atmosphere. People know that help is coming, and they continue to wait, but that's the thing. Texans are helping Texans as well. People are bringing their private boats, just rescuing people, and those are the stories that we hope to bring over the next couple of days.
Last question. How much is this going to cost? Does anybody have even a vague conception of what the damage is going to be?
You know, Pat, we don't right now. They're still assessing the damage. I mean, you got small little towns that I don't even know how they're going to have the economy to be able to bring them back to life. Some of these smaller towns that we were driving through, the devastation I just can't even describe. It's not only just trees down, but homes are completely destroyed. Many of these smaller towns, people are living in trailer parks and things like that, and trailer park after trailer park had just the RVs just turned over. It was just pure sadness out there, but we will continue to keep all those people in our prayers.
Thanks, Eric. They say it's the worst storm maybe in Texas history, certainly in the last 50 years. Unbelievable amount of rain, and more of it's coming. Well, with us right now is Joe Bastardi. He's the chief meteorologist with the Weather Bill Analytics. And Joe, could you give us your take on this thing? How come this thing stalled and dumped so much water? Where did it all come from?
Well, first of all, as far as the strength of the hurricane at landfall, I believe it's the 7th strongest to make landfall on the Texas Gulf Coast. That area it made landfall in is notorious for major hurricanes. In fact, I always tell the story of Indianola, Texas. It was the greatest port on the Gulf Coast in the 1850s. 2 major hurricanes in a row hit it. It's near where Port Lavaca is. And down went Indianola, and they never rebuilt it there again. And that's how Galveston and Houston took over as the #1 port in the Gulf of Mexico. That area between Corpus Christi and Galveston is notorious for major hurricanes. The last one to hit in there was 1970. Hurricane Celia went in at Corpus Christi and had winds to 161 miles an hour at Aransas Pass. It was even stronger than this, but Celia kept moving west. Carla, when Carla hit in 61, kept moving northwest. This stalled, and the reason it stalled is, and I see storms stall all the time. In fact, the most famous example of a storm stalling was 1963 over eastern Cuba. Hurricane Flora dumped 100 inches of rain at Santiago de Cuba in 4 days, and Fidel Castro was accusing the United States of monkeying with the weather to try to destroy his island to get back at him for the Cuban Missile Crisis. This has happened back in '63. So storms do stall. You see crazy tracks all the time. What happened here? Well, of course, in our preseason forecast, we were saying this is going to be a big year for hits on the U.S. coast, not way out in the Atlantic, that they were going to try to intensify in close to the coast. Why? Because we recognize patterns this year that are similar to years in the past. So what happened is storm gets into the Gulf. Like many storms in the Gulf, it goes from nothing to a big storm in a very short period of time. This is not unusual. But when it got into Texas, it was blocked by what happened with the jet stream. We have an enormous amount of cold air across the United States right now. So instead of having the usual ridge in the central part of the United States that allows these storms to continue moving west-northwest, had a big trough there. And what did it do? It stopped the storm from moving. So storm's sitting there, and now it's going to come back out over the water. Fortunately, there's a lot of dry air around it to inhibit intensification. Unfortunately, it's getting back out of the water long enough, so it may have a chance late Tuesday and Wednesday before it comes back on shore between Galveston and Port Arthur to try to intensify again. And this brings up something that is very, very unusual. We've had so much rain around the Houston area, 2 feet of rain. That water is trying to flow into Galveston Bay, of course. Meanwhile, the southeast winds keep bringing water into Galveston Bay from the Gulf of Mexico through the inlets. There is a chance here, and something I'm worried about, that this thing gets east of Galveston. The wind turns to the north across Galveston Bay and tries to drive the bay into the city from behind. So it's almost like a pincer movement. So that's another part of this storm. We've been looking at this since last week, and we've been saying we think this was going to loop. And the reason I make a kind of forecast is my dad's a meteorologist, and he taught me to go back and look at past tracks. And I'll tell you what, folks, if you go back and look at some of the crazy things hurricanes do, they're not so crazy. They just respond to the atmosphere. You would see why this did what it did.
You forecast back in May that the hurricane, the drought would end this year, and we'd start to see more of these destructive storms. How'd you find that out? What was your clue?
It's very interesting, and a lot of the people pushing the global warming issue don't realize that the warming is mainly in the northern latitudes. It's not in the tropics. And what happens is that distorts the normal pressure pattern across the globe. And hurricanes, to get big hurricanes, you need high pressure across the north and lower pressure in the south. If you have very, very warm summers across North America and in the Arctic region, a lot of times the global wind oscillation, we call it, the mean sea level pressures are distorted. So you can get small, compact storms that can intensify. But if you notice the bigger ones, like for even Floyd in '99 and Irene, and even Katrina and Rita, as they came to the coast, they went from 5s to 3s. They weakened. That wasn't happening when the Earth was a little bit cooler. Now, I don't disagree with the idea that the Earth is warmed up a little bit, but I think it's largely natural, so I don't want to get into that. But the result of that, no matter what's causing it, may have had a negative impact on storms hitting the United States instead of the hysteria that goes, oh, it's getting warmer, so there's going to be more hurricanes. So that's something that's actually in our forecast. If you go back and it's on our Weather Bell site, it will show you why we believed there would be a different pressure pattern setting up this year that was conducive to the United States getting hit.
Well, Joe, thank you for your analysis. It's right smack on. We appreciate it. And Joe's with Weather Analytics, Weather Bell Analytics, and we appreciate this insight. Wow.
It's so interesting, the whole how weather patterns are formed and what drives them and sustains them.
Well, when you're the victim of enough water to fill the Great Lakes, you're not interested in all that. Well, to switch gears just a little bit, Regent University has chosen the names for its sports team. Had a big rally over the weekend. They're going to have soccer, volleyball, cross country, track and field, and cheerleading. And these teams have a name. They're known as the Regent Royals, and they had a big pep rally over the weekend. to introduce this new athletic program.
Yeah, that's pretty exciting. I know you're pumped about that.
I'm pumped about everything they're doing, but it's just really nice. And so you know, I wanted to call them the Raptors because, you know, but I got voted down. And I've got this hawk that flies around, and he's all upset because he didn't get chosen. He got voted down with a focus group.
Dive bombing your house.
Well, he's just so sad. He's flying around saying, "How come you didn't include me?" He was a rep. But anyhow, Regent Royals, they're getting ready to take the field of combat in
I like that.
intercollegiate athletics.
Hey, I was just thinking as we were watching that flood information about what a great job Jody Geddes and all of our OB team are doing down there. And there are probably people who'd like to, you know, what they're saying right now is what you can do about this is to donate, to give, not send stuff, but to give money so that they can support the work being done. So if you'd like to be a part of that, you know, Operation Blessing has our disaster relief team, and they are down there right now, and we'd love you to be a part of giving to that. There's the information right there. Disaster Relief Fund, Operation Blessing, CBN Center, Virginia Beach, Virginia, 23463. Let's make a difference. You know, people talk about how amazing it is when those trucks roll into those places of disaster.
It lifts the spirits of everybody. And Jody Geddes, you can't say enough good things about that child. She works her head off 24 hours a day, and she's in there praying, and she's helping. Food, water. We've positioned you know, showers, portable showers, blankets, and all kinds of water purification. So we'll have it. And you see the people lining up to get the service that we have.
There's no food or water anywhere.
Yeah, well, especially clean water. And we have water purification, huge tanks to do that. So they'll get clean water. All right, next on our agenda.
Up next, the doctor whose revolutionary treatment is reversing symptoms in Alzheimer's patients.
Alzheimer's disease is no longer a mystery. You don't have to say, we don't know why you get it, we don't know what to do about it. We do know why you get it, we do know what to do about it, and we know how to prevent it.
You'll meet the living proof that this doctor's plan works. That's coming up.
Alzheimer's, just the word is terrifying. This dreaded disease not only steals memories, it's also America's third leading cause of death. But one doctor has found a way to successfully fight back. Our Laurie Johnson visited one of his patients whose Alzheimer's symptoms have actually been reversed.
These days, 69-year-old Sally Weinrich smiles almost all the time, ever since her Alzheimer's symptoms reversed.
Life is good. I like being able to remember, to connect the dots, because I've experienced the absence of thinking, and that is scary.
Her husband, Martin, equally overjoyed.
She has come back.
Sally's not alone. Hundreds of patients with mild to moderate cognitive impairment experience never-before-seen improvements thanks to a revolutionary treatment developed by Dr. Dale Bredesen.
Alzheimer's disease is no longer a mystery. You don't have to say, we don't know why you get it, we don't know what to do about it. We do know why you get it, we do know what to do about it, and we know how to prevent it.
After 30 years of research, Dr. Bredesen is sharing his treatment in the new book, The End of Alzheimer's, as well as in medical journals. Just like a roof with 36 holes can only work when all 36 are repaired, Dr. Bredesen says there are 36 causes of Alzheimer's, which must all be addressed.
If there are specific exposures, you want to get rid of those. If there are specific nutritional changes, you want to address those. If there are hormonal changes, you want to address those. If there are inflammatory changes.
Sally and Martin sensed trouble when she began forgetting things, like her grandchildren's names and her purse at the grocery. A test confirmed early stages of Alzheimer's.
It was a total sense of hopelessness. a wish to die and not want to live, because as a nurse, I've cared for Alzheimer's patients, and I also have had family members who I love dearly who've had advanced Alzheimer's and who died from Alzheimer's, in fact.
So, of course, I was scared.
Martin, a scientific researcher, scoured the internet for help. He found Dr. Bredesen's protocol and got Sally on board.
You don't want to wait until it's very late in the game. The earlier the better, and the more likely you're going to see dramatic improvements.
Sally got what Dr. Bredesen calls a cognoscopy, blood work, genetic tests, and more to identify where she was when it came to Alzheimer's 36 causes.
All of us should have a cognoscopy when we get to 45 or more, just as we get a colonoscopy when we're 50. Everybody knows that.
Sally's results pinpointed specific areas of concern.
Each person's program is different, so we developed a computerized algorithm so that you can look at all the different contributors for each person, identify.
The next step for Sally, tailor-made treatment that zeroes in on where she needs improvement. In her case, that meant certain medicines, vitamins, and supplements, more sleep, less stress.
And the first thing I started doing was spending, because Dr. Bredesen talks about decreasing stress, was spending 30 minutes each morning praying. I immediately saw improvement in what I could recall. Next thing I did was increase my exercise. I immediately saw improvement in my thinking.
Sally eats a mildly ketogenic diet as part of her treatment. That means no sugar and very few other carbohydrates.
When I am ketogenic, my brain thinks clearer than when I'm not ketogenic.
Sally eliminated exposure to certain toxins like mold and pesticides, addressed hidden infections in her body, and much more.
I have not gone to town and forgotten my pocketbook since I've started this program. Hallelujah, because I need my credit card.
It takes typically 3 to 6 months, but we see unprecedented improvements in their scores, in their ability to go back to work, interact with their families, increases in their hippocampal volumes, things like that.
When it comes to sustainability, Dr. Bredesen says people who have been on the program for 5 years now are still mentally fit. So while genetics mean an estimated 75 million Americans are predisposed to Alzheimer's, like Sally Weinrich, Dr. Dale Bredesen says they no longer have to fear being tested, because now there's something they can do about it.
The fear is pretty much gone. The doubt is pretty much gone. And that's the real Sally. That's who God and Dale Bredesen have given back to me.
Laurie's here with me right now. Laurie, you know, this has been sort of cloaked in mystery. I've got Alzheimer's, but it's nothing I can do about it. There's amyloid plaques, they're in my brain, but nothing I can do. And this Bredesen says, yes, there is something.
It's really fantastic. I've been a medical reporter here at CBN for 9 years.
Yeah.
And this may be the most exciting story I've ever done, because Alzheimer's is such a scourge. Of course, heart disease and all the other things are too, but Alzheimer's is
These people are, they're living shells. It's just the most awful thing.
Mm-hmm. So now it's wonderful because people don't have to be afraid to know if they have the Alzheimer's gene, or have to be afraid to know if they have early stages of Alzheimer's.
What's Dr. Bredesen going to tell you to do? I mean, he says you can identify and all those. I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff you've got to learn about, though, isn't it?
Well, it's not that complicated. You have a cognoscopy.
Okay.
So we all have, like we women, we have our mammograms. People have their colonoscopies. Men have their PSA tests.
Yeah, that's right.
Hopefully, this is a test that everybody gets when they turn age 45. And if you want to have a cognoscopy, it kind of measures where you are as far as your brain function.
Who does that, and where is it performed?
Anybody can do it. So what Sally did, she's actually never met Dr. Bredesen.
Okay.
She had her regular doctor, and she lives out in the country in South Carolina.
Right.
She went to her regular doctor who coordinated with Dr. Bredesen. Now, the book, which, by the way, I don't get any of these proceeds, but I'm telling you, this is one of the best books I have ever read in my life. The Bible's #1. This is in the top 5. So this has the list of tests that you need, the blood tests and the genetic tests that you need for the cognoscopy. So the list of cognoscopy things. Also, there's a website, drbredesen.com.
He says he knows what causes it. What causes this stuff?
36 different things. And see, that's what's so revolutionary about this, because most people are thinking it's just one thing. So they develop a medicine that just targets one thing. And his theory, and by the way, he's been working on this for 30 years. He went to Duke Medical School. He did his residency at Duke. Then he went to Caltech. So he has the pedigree. He's been studying this for 30 years. And he came up with 36 different causes. And I love the analogy of 36 holes in your roof. If you just fix one, you're still going to have a flood.
So, for example, mold, that's one?
Right. Mold is a toxin. And see, this is one of the things that people don't realize, that they might have been exposed to mold, and it affects your brain.
You're big on sugar prevention. Is that a major cause of Alzheimer's?
Huge problem. Huge, enormous. And also processed foods, because refined carbohydrates like white bread and things like that, our body responds to them just like sugar. And some of the other things in processed foods too, like those heavily processed, industrialized, heated oils, are big problems too.
Heated oils.
Diet is a major component.
Oil as in trans fats?
As in trans fat, and some of the omega-6 fats, like those vegetable oils that you see.
And they might cause Alzheimer's?
Oh yeah, there are so many different things that can contribute. But they looked at the brains of people who had died of Alzheimer's, and they found bacteria from things like Lyme disease, periodontal disease. Because if you have bacteria in your mouth, that travels to your brain.
Periodontal disease is one of the leading causes of illness in the world. And a lot of people don't know that the gums start to bleed a little bit, the teeth get a little loose.
Right.
And that will go to your brain?
Oh, yes. And metals, too, toxic metals like mercury. We have mercury sometimes in our fillings, but also in fish, the big fish, like swordfish and some of the tuna. So there are a lot of hormone levels, vitamin D, all different types of things which can contribute. So you get all this checked out, and you see where you are, and then you can start your protocol.
I'm one who wants a quick fix, and there is no quick fix.
You want a pill. Well, that's why this is a double-edged sword, to use a term from the Bible. It cuts both ways. On one hand, it's wonderful, fantastic news. And then on the other hand, it does require a lot of personal responsibility. Sally talked about going to her grandchild's birthday party, and she wanted so badly to have a piece of cake, and so she did. And she noticed the cognitive deficiencies a little bit later. So that got her off sugar.
But she's into exercise and...
Right, and it's not just the Sunday stroll in the park, which is good. I encourage that, but he's talking about getting that heart rate up, because when you get oxygen into your brain, that really helps with brain health.
The end of Alzheimer's, man, this is so important.
It is.
75 million people in America. 75 million, is that the number?
And, well, right now there are 5.5 million people who have it, but there are 75 million people who have the gene, who are genetically predisposed, like Sally. But the thing is people who, most people don't want to know if they're predisposed to Alzheimer's.
How'd you find this guy?
I found him, I think you know me, I'm always doing research. I don't know, he came up on my radar screen about 6 months ago, and I interviewed him, and then he said that he was coming out with this book that explained it all, and this book was just released last week on Tuesday.
You ever read?
I love it. I recommend it so highly for everyone, because this is great for prevention, too. You can nip it in the bud.
I have had several friends who've had Alzheimer's. It is the most tragic, awful thing to see these beautiful people, and the light goes out of their eyes, and suddenly an empty shell. And this can say you can prevent that.
I believe it with all my heart. And so the book is The End of Alzheimer's. The website is drbredesen.com. And any questions that we haven't answered today.
Have we got it? Can they get it through us?
I'm not really sure about that. I know you can get it on some of the major booksellers. And as I say, Dr. Bredesen has his own website, drbredesen.com. So the information is all in there and also on his website. And your local doctor and Dr. Bredesen can team up to get the cognoscopy and then also your own personalized protocol.
Will you do a follow-up on this for us?
I'd love to.
Please.
I'd love to.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is so important. And if you've had a loved one that's got it and you see these people and they get wild and the next thing they die. I mean, one after the other, they die. They can't, you know, their bodily functions shut down and then they die. It's horrible. In our Protect Your Brain series, by the way, you'll find more about what to do about warding off Alzheimer's. And a DVD can be yours free of charge. You just call the number on your screen or log on to cbn.com. We've got a free DVD. But anyhow, The End of Alzheimer's. Laurie, you did terrific work. Thank you so much. Laurie Johnson, the health, what do you call yourself? Are you the health reporter, the health analyst?
Something like, you can call me anything you want. I answer to anything.
Does health analyst sound good?
Sure, it sounds great.
Health analyst, all right. Well, still ahead on this program, country star Rory Peake reflects on the loss of his beloved wife, Joy.
If I didn't have God and my belief that there is a bigger plan, I just can't understand it. It would be the emptiest bed in the world.
To see this week's top on-demand videos, go to cbn.com.
Well, it's time for your questions, honest answers. And Pat, this first one comes from Charlotte, who says, I'm struggling with smoking. I want to quit, but I can't do it on my own. It's triggered by loneliness and pain in my marriage and my business failing. This has made me feel hopeless and unable to pray and read my Bible every day. I intend to pray, but I can't do it. What's wrong with me? I just need peace in my life. What should I do? I want Jesus to help me.
Well, I'll tell you what. I was in law school, and I saw Dr. Oxner from down in Tulane had done some studies about what tobacco did to rats. And I saw those tumors. And I said, this is crazy. I'm smoking a pack and a half of these things. This is what they do to my lungs. I don't want it. I'm too young to die. I'm not going to do it. This is crazy. So at law school, we formed Smokers Anonymous. And 21 days, folks. That's what it takes, 21 days to break a habit. And today, I'm not going to smoke a cigarette. Tomorrow, I'm not. Don't give me this baloney about you're devastated and you need loneliness and you got all that stuff. Baloney! You know, these things are killers. They're cancer sticks. They will give you cancer. They will kill you. That's what it amounts to. So you say, I don't want to die. I'm too young to die. I don't want to get Berger's disease. I don't want to get my toes cut off. I don't want to have my nose rotted out. I don't want to look like that way. I want to stop. 21 days. Today, I'm not going to smoke a cigarette. Okay. Get a support group. Talk to them. Next day, I'm not going to smoke. Get rid of everything. Flush every one of them down the toilet. And don't go through all that baloney about, oh, I'm sad and I'm lonely and I'm stressed. Hogwash. Just stop. Okay, next.
This is Jemay who says, is it okay to get hypnotized to quit smoking? I can't seem to stop on my own, and so far, God hasn't answered my prayer.
Well, God hasn't answered your prayer. Don't blame God for it. It's 21 days. 21 days. Hypnotized, I think, is a mistake. I think to give your mind over to somebody else is a mistake. They can plant suggestions into your mind. I know how to hypnotize people. I know how you can do it. It's not all that hard. You get somebody suggestible, and then you have all these post-hypnotic suggestions that you give them. You don't want to have that done. All right, what's next?
This is Lori, who says, why does God take so long to answer prayer that could mean life or death? Also, do rainbows mean anything for blessings or promises?
Oh, does what? Is that the...
First, she wants to know, why does it take God so long to answer?
I heard that.
Okay, do rainbows mean anything for blessings or promises?
The rainbow was a promise given to Noah after the flood. It was God's promise that he would never flood the earth again. So the people down in Houston probably think, did he really mean that?
Looking for some rainbows, yeah.
All right. I tell you what, in terms of...
why God takes so long to answer?
God's never late. You think the sun comes up late? The moon rises late? God is never late. He's not late. He does things exactly on time. All right, one last...
That's all the time we've got.
All right, but I mean, you don't have to worry about God being late and answering your prayer. He knows who you are. He knows where you live, and he has everything under control. What he's saying is, will you please trust me? I have got it all under control. Will you trust me? And then begin to praise me, and then to live as if you believe that I'm in charge of things. That's what he wants. That's what he's looking for. The Bible says, Abraham, amen God, and it was counted to him for righteousness. God, God said, I'm going to give you this, I'm going to make you this, I'm going to make you a blessing to all the nations. And Abraham, the Bible says, he amened God. Amen, God, let it be. And it was counted to him for righteousness. Okay, Terry.
Well, together, Joey and Rory Feek released 7 studio albums. They earned a Grammy and collaborated with some of the biggest names in country music. Well, recently, our Scott Ross sat down with Rory over a cup of coffee to talk about the woman who forever changed his life.
For most people, a cup of coffee means the start of a new day. For country singer-songwriter Rory Feek, it has also meant the beginning of transitions in his life. Rory sat down over coffee with me to discuss his book, This Life I Live, and talk about his life, his loves, and his marriage to country singer-songwriter Joey Martin.
Rory, in your book, you said all the best things happen around a cup of coffee. So here we are.
You're a good man for making this happen. You have no idea how happy I am.
Yeah, really?
Yeah,
What's the thing with coffee, really? I don't.
What I think is my first real unselfish act was a moment having coffee in California with a guy, and it was at a little restaurant, and it occurred to me that maybe I could help my sister by giving her some money and open a little restaurant, because she had had a baby, at like 13 and had a very tough life. And so that happened over a cup of coffee, and I came home and I made an effort to change my sister's life. And in turn, I changed my own and a whole bunch of others.
And then, years later, Rory and Joey got their big break when
another guy came in the restaurant and invited us to go meet him in Nashville for coffee. And over that, he said, you guys should sing together and go try out for this TV show. And it was over a cup of coffee. I thought he was out of his mind, but it changed our lives again.
The beginning of your book, This Life I Live, you said, I'm from nowhere and everywhere.
My mom and dad divorced early on, so my mom was just trying to survive with 5 kids, and she was just moving from town to town, state to state, trying to make a living.
And as you became older, you married, divorced, but had 2 daughters, and you raised 2 daughters.
For them to spend their lives growing up with me was a gift. Even if I didn't do as well as I could have done at times, it was a gift. I knew it was a gift. And my girls and I are still really close.
Talking about gifts, when did music enter the picture?
As a boy growing up, my father sang, and mostly in the bedroom or on a couch. By about 9th grade, I taught myself how to play guitar.
The writing thing just came to you?
I was recording songs off of the radio. So I would try and figure out how to play those songs, and I put the chords over the words. And at some point, I just realized as I was breaking them apart, these are words and stories. Maybe I could have my own words.
When did God come into the picture, or was he always somehow there you weren't aware of? I mean, when did that God consciousness, Christ, etc.?
I really only remember one time when we went to a Catholic church fairly regularly. We went to catechism. But, you know, that was just, it might as well just been school, or, you know, it wasn't anything to me other than just a thing you did on Sundays. So faith didn't really show up in my life until, you know, real loneliness and heartbreak.
Right. Joey, your wife, where did you guys meet?
We met, well, she saw me sing at the Bluebird Cafe in Nashville.
And she said, boy, it's a shame all the good ones are taken.
Right.
She assumed you were married.
Yeah, because my daughters were there.
Ah.
My daughters were there, so she figured I was married. But right before that, she had this feeling that we were meant to be together.
Really?
Oh, yeah. So 2 years goes by, and she finds out that I actually hadn't been married, and I was a single father, and so she came to see me again at another songwriter's night.
You worked a lot of this out over coffee, did you?
We did, actually. we did. Actually, our first date was at a truck stop.
Oh, man.
With coffee.
You eventually proposed to her, but even that is a dramatic moment as to where you actually went to propose to her.
We drove back to her mama's house, and we walked down the lane, and she had told me that her brother, Justin, had passed away in a car accident right down from their farmhouse, about a quarter or half a mile. And so we walked to that spot and got down on one knee, and I asked her to marry me in this spot.
Yeah, out of death came life for you guys.
Out of death came life, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And so we got engaged on the spot where Justin had his accident, where the white cross is. We got married on his birthday.
It was surprising to me that she did not have any maternal instincts.
Yeah.
That she didn't want any kids.
Yeah. And so that took a while for her to figure out how to become a mom. Well,
10 years?
But also becoming a mom to our older girls.
What was it finally broke that open for her?
It was honestly just that she felt like God had blessed us so greatly. All of our dreams had come true, beyond our wildest dreams. And here she was holding on to things that she didn't let him have. And she just said, I can't do that anymore. I need to give him everything and trust him.
What was the immediate response from both of you when you discovered that the baby had Down syndrome?
I just thought I was in the twilight zone, because it was a dramatic turn of events that we never foresaw. You know, her reaction was, you know, isn't she the most beautiful thing you've ever seen? That was it. Never another moment. Never another thought.
I'm in love with her.
After having baby Indy, they wanted more children. But about 2 months later, they found out that wouldn't be possible when a routine checkup revealed a cancerous mass on Joey's cervix.
First, she just had a big surgery and then removed the cancer. And by the end of that summer, we had a 6-month-old baby, and Joey was cancer-free. So we thought that was the end of that.
Right.
And now life just continued on. But maybe 8 or 9 months later, it came back. And then that's when it became another really difficult surgery, then chemo and radiation and terminal.
What was harder for Joey, do you think? The fact that terminal, okay, she was going to be leaving you, but leaving Indy, how did she handle that?
I never saw her cry over the baby, over that she wasn't going to get to be with the baby.
Wow.
Never. I never. And she loved this baby. I mean, she would die for the baby. But I saw her cry immediately and a couple of times over the pain that she felt because I was going to be a single father again. That hurt her.
A couple of years before they found out that Joey had cancer, they sang a song called When I'm Gone. It's about a dying wife encouraging her husband to go on with life after she passes. They had no idea they were about to experience the same heartbreak just 2 years after Joey was first diagnosed with cancer.
Do you think you'd ever marry again?
I wrote this song called Josephine, and in one of the last lines of the songs, it says, "Lastly, my darling, in case I should be killed, don't grieve me too long and promise me that you will marry another, and don't let him treat our babies mean. When he's holding you, won't you think of me too, Josephine?
Yeah.
She said it to me. As soon as it comes around, she doesn't blink. She said those words to me while I'm still trying to learn how to say them. If I didn't have God and my belief that there is a bigger plan, I just can't understand it, it would be the emptiest bed in the world. But instead, because of that, I don't focus on the empty pillow. I focus on the baby in the room next door and the incredible gift of it. And I can't wait for tomorrow, because I know she's going to be standing at her crib saying, puzzle, puzzle, puzzle. Can we change your diaper first? No, puzzle. We have to do puzzle right now. That's the greatest. And I think that's a faith thing, because I might miss that. I might walk around like a zombie because I'm so heartbroken, and that's an incredible gift. So that's how faith, or one of the ways that faith shows up, and my belief in God is just as strong or stronger through what's happened, and also the belief that I don't know what tomorrow holds, but I still believe He's still giving us a great story.
Amazing story. You can learn much more about Rory Feek's remarkable journey in his new book. It's called This Life I Live, One Man's Extraordinary Ordinary Life and the Woman Who Changed It Forever. It's available wherever books are sold. I want to highly recommend it. You'll be touched, and you'll learn some good things. We'll be right back with more of the 700 Club after this.
Welcome to Washington for the CBN News Break. A member of President Trump's Evangelical Advisory Council says that those calling for board members to step down are out of line. Reverend Samuel Rodriguez, the head of the Hispanic Christian Leadership Conference, has advised the last three administrations, and he says he views the access as God ordained. He believes those calling for Trump's evangelical advisors to resign should have done the same during the Obama administration.
Where was that conversation when President Obama, who I not only respect, but I have great love for, where was that argument when faith leaders surrounded Obama? Where was the argument of why don't evangelical advisors abandon Obama when he affirmed and celebrated and advanced the cause of same-sex marriage? Where was the uproar when Obama funded Planned Parenthood and funded international abortions?
Board members say that since the violence in Charlottesville, they've been under pressure to part ways with the president and resign. Well, CBN is helping victims of a massive drought that's robbing a tiny country in South Africa of its food and water supply. The most recent drought in Lesotho has lasted more than a month, leaving people there without food and water. But thanks to recent help from a special donor, CBN in South Africa is able to provide some relief, partnering with a local church to help feed 650 families. And 3 people gave their lives to Christ. Well, you can find out more about what CBN is doing around the world by going to cbn.com/international. Terry will be back right after this.
Meet the greatest heroes of the Bible in Superbook's End of Summer Champions Bonus. 3 stories of those who faced kings, armies, and prison for their faith and overcame the odds. Join the Superbook DVD Club and get Superbook Paul and Silas, plus 2 copies to share with others, all for your gift of only $25. And as part of our End of Summer Champions bonus, receive 3 additional Superbook episodes featuring the bravest people from the Bible.
This is a great deal, a wonderful opportunity. When you join the Superbook DVD Club, you're going to receive 3 copies of the newest episode of Superbook for your recurring gift of $25 on a credit or debit card. And then every 4 weeks, you'll be one of the first to receive each new Superbook episode, and your account will just be automatically debited $25. So when you join today, we have a bonus offer. You're going to receive 3 copies of our newest episode, that's Paul and Silas, along with the End of Summer Champions bonus packet. That's containing 3 additional Superbook episodes, Joseph and Pharaoh's Dream, Esther, For Such a Time as This, and Gideon. all 6 DVDs for just $25. If you'd like to take advantage of this great opportunity, call our 800 number, 1-800-700-7000, or you can go to cbn.com to join now. DVD Club members can also stream all copies of Season 1 and Season 2 for free, so you don't want to miss that. I want to encourage your faith as we close our program today. Here's an answer to prayer from Cora from Bedford, Texas, diagnosed with a tumor in her colon. She called CBN's prayer center requesting prayer for the tumor to be removed. The next day, she went in for surgery. Prior to the procedure, the doctor ordered an x-ray that showed this tumor had shrunk and was almost gone. The doctor removed the very last tiny piece. When Cora returned to the doctor's office for a follow-up, her report was completely clear. She's praising God for her healing. Patricia from Addy, Washington woke up one day. She had excruciating pain in her foot, so bad she couldn't walk on it for 2 days. She hoped it would get better, but it got worse. She called the CBN Prayer Center to agree with someone for her healing. The same day she called, her pain left and she was able to walk again. Listen, we want you to know that whatever you're dealing with in your life, whatever struggle, whatever addiction, whatever need you have, our prayer center's always open to you, and our number is toll-free. It's 1-800-700-7000. So if you've got a need, call and pray with someone today. It makes a difference. I want to leave you with today's Power Minute. This is from 1 John 3:22. And whatever we ask, we receive from him because we keep his commandments and do those things that are pleasing in his sight. God bless you.